PSC-TV cable channel 191 and will be rebroadcast throughout the following month. The Code Enforcement Board conducts public meetings to hear issues regarding alleged violations of the city code, in particular property maintenance standards. For those of you present tonight, if you're given an opportunity to address the Code Enforcement Board, we ask that you speak clearly into the microphone at the podium up here. State your name and address for the record, and I would like to request, if you brought a cell phone tonight, that you please turn that off during the proceedings. We will now have roll call.
Mr. Dwayne Van Beek.
Present.
Mr. Dwayne Spear.
Present.
Mr. Daniel Gottschalk.
Present.
Ms. Mary Gutierrez.
Present.
Mr. James Rawlinson.
Present.
We have 5 members present. We have a quorum.
All right, thank you, sir. We now please join me and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, folks. The next item of business on tonight's agenda is the approval of the minutes from the September 7th, 2023 meeting. May I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
I move that the minutes of September 7th, 2023 meeting of the Code Enforcement Board be approved as mailed.
Is there a second?
I second.
It's been moved and seconded. We accept the minutes as they were mailed. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. None are opposed. The motion carries. Tonight, we will now hear the case that's scheduled for October 5th, 2023 at 7 o'clock for alleged violations of the Pasco Municipal Code. The City of Pasco is a petitioner. Property owners and their authorized representatives here to address the city's charges are the respondents. The purpose of these hearings is to determine whether the city, by a preponderance of the evidence, has proven that the violation charged has occurred upon certain properties owned or controlled by the respondents, and if so, whether the required corrective action is reasonable and whether a monetary And then finally, the board members will discuss the charges, facts, and evidence presented and render a decision, and a copy of the decision will be mailed to all parties within 10 working days of the hearing.
Mr. Chair, we're ready to hear tonight's cases. Before we begin, can you please explain the procedure for providing testimony and swearing all city staff, respondents, and any other witnesses who have appeared here to offer testimony?
Yeah, you bet. Testimony can only be received at the microphone up here. When you address the board, please state your name and address at the beginning of your testimony. If you have any written materials you wish to be considered, please present them to be marked as an exhibit, and it will become part of the hearing record. Are there any questions about the procedures? Good. Are there any objections to any member of this board hearing your matter due to your belief that any one of us may have a conflict of interest or the appearance of one? And if so, please indicate that objection now, or it will be considered waived. Okay. We will now swear in witnesses who will testify in these proceedings. Would all city staff, respondents, and witnesses present for any of the hearings to be heard tonight please stand and raise your right hand? Do you promise to tell the truth in these proceedings? If so, please respond, I do. Thank you. You may be seated. The city will now present their case.
Our first case is going to be CEB 2023-1060. Mr. Contreras, when you are ready, please present your case.
Number CEB 2023-1060. Property address is 4104 West Opal Street. Owner is James and Kendra Zabotar. On 8/17/2023, I received an anonymous complaint about an inoperable vehicle with a flat tire at 4104 West Opal Street. A preliminary investigation found this property had been cited for the same violation on 8/10/2022 under case number CEB 2022-1008. The property known as 4104 West Opal Street was inspected on 8/24/2023 by myself, Code Officer Jesus Contreras. Code violation was observed and the correction notice was issued on 8/25/2023. I received a call from James Zaboter on 8/29/2023, who informed me that he believed he was now in compliance and would like a reinspection. I informed him that I would reinspect his property for compliance, and once verified, I would close out this case, leaving only the repeat penalty to be assessed. I informed him that the code board hearing was set for 10/05/2023, and he stated he would like to attend the hearing. I performed a reinspection on 10/02/2023, and results found that the issue was indeed back into compliance. I closed out the case and set the repeat penalty for code board hearing on 10/05/2023. On 10/04/2023, I called Mr. James Zaboter to confirm his attendance for the code board hearing, and he stated he did plan to attend. Based on the final inspection of the property, which was completed on 10/02/2023, it is my opinion that the property is in compliance with the International Property Maintenance Code at this time. The City of Pasco recommends that James and Kendra Zaboter shall pay a $200 repeat penalty.
Hey, ma'am, would you like to be heard in this case? All right, please come up and state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Kendra Zaboter. I live at 4104 West Opal Street. My husband James was going to come tonight, but he has a class, and so I am attending
Sure. What
on
do you want
his
to tell us?
behalf.
Go
I know that we were out of compliance. We're hoping to avoid the $200 repeat fee for a flat tire when there's other issues that I would hope that are way more problematic in Pasco than a flat tire that we address immediately. So we're just hoping to not have to pay the $200 fine. Thank you.
Do you have any questions for her at all?
I
Can
would
we,
like-
can we ask
could
you a
I
question or two?
Ma'am, well, I'm not sure if her or, is the only issue, or was the only issue that there was a flat tire on the vehicle? Is the vehicle operable?
As far as I am aware, it is.
So
It's it is covered.
what year of vehicle is it,
It's I couldn't tell you.
or
It's old.
type of?
I couldn't tell you that either. It's an old vehicle that that my husband inherited, and we are currently not driving it, but we have it on our property out front covered.
Is it possible to go in the garage?
Our garage is full.
I get that.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so was this, staff, was this the previous, that was the previous violation, was for a flat tire on the car?
Yes.
And then you just pumped up the tire the last time too?
I believe the first time it went flat, he pumped up the tire. The second time it went flat, he replaced it.
Question for a staff member. You say a repeat violation, was the first violation was simply that of a flat tire also? Is that correct? And
That's what he was saying.
Yes, that's correct. You can see on the picture, it was the opposite side of the car, but it was the same issue, a flat tire.
They had replaced the tire the last time.
I was just
Yeah,
making
yeah.
sure there wasn't
Yeah.
any other. Do we know if it's operable or inoperable, I guess is the key word. Do we know if it's not operable?
No, for a fact, other than once the tires are flat, it's
That
inoperable.
was, okay.
I just want to stress, staff is not driving around looking for flat tires.
Oh, of course, yes.
So I
yes.
just had to throw that out there.
I understand
This
you got
is
an
by a complaint.
anonymous complaint on this,
Yes.
understand.
And that's how it works too, is we're not, the city, they do do some emphasis patrols, like on basketball hoops and stuff, and dogs running loose and all that, but other than that, everything is based, so somebody in your neighborhood or somebody drove by and say,
Oh,
hey,
we know exactly who it is.
oh,
Thank
okay,
you.
very good.
Mhm.
All right, and don't mention their name, please.
Yeah.
No, I won't.
Okay, all right, anything else for her? Yes? All right, thank you, ma'am, appreciate it. There being no further evidence to be presented regarding this matter, I determine the record complete. The hearing is now closed and no additional evidence will be permitted. The board will now discuss the charges, facts, and evidence presented, then we will render a decision. First off, do we agree by preponderance of the evidence the city has proven that a violation of the Pasco Municipal Code has occurred? May I have a motion one way or the other, please?
I move that the board, having heard the case and facts presented, and by preponderance of the evidence presented, find the respondent in violation of the Pasco Municipal Code.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. I'm for just putting in advance myself.
Yep.
That's the way.
Yeah, and just, that makes sense. Because you can't even really, because you look at, if the top was, if the wind hadn't blown it up, you wouldn't even know the tire was flat.
Yeah, and we'd, other than for a flat tire, which would take 5 minutes to change, we don't know that the vehicle's inoperable.
Yeah, yeah, we don't know that.
And, I don't know if it's a classic car that's protected by the tarp, and I can understand the garage, so.
Looking at the bumper up front, it's not a very new car. It's
No.
actually a chrome bumper.
The
Yeah.
50s. Early 50s.
Yep. Okay, who'd like to make a motion? Okay,
I move a repeat penalty of $200 be imposed, but held in abeyance for a period of 12 months from this date and dismissed if no additional violations occur within that 12-month period.
is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Ma'am, what we're gonna do is, keep the tires inflated. If you get another within a year, then you'll have to pay the $200, okay? And you'll get an official notice within 10 business days in the mail, okay? We appreciate you coming tonight. Thank you. Okay, and it looks like our second case didn't make it.
Correct. So, Mr. Chair, can we ask that the case that was on the agenda that did not appear to be moved to the resolution? It's CEB 2023-1074.
1074. All right, who would like to make a motion on the resolution?
I move that the board approve resolution number 10-2023 as amended, finding that code violations have been corrected and may be dismissed, deferring action on certain cases until proper notification is made, accepting voluntary correction agreements, and assessing penalties and imposing timeframes on certain cases.
Second? It's been moved and seconded. We accept the resolution as amended. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do we have a report from staff tonight?
Sir, nothing tonight.
Is there any other business?
No.
There being no further business before the Pasco Code Enforcement Board, this meeting is declared adjourned at 7:13.